9 things that don't make sense after 70. Reaching the age of 70 is not just a milestone, it's a revelation. By this point, life isn't measured by the same markers of success and approval that once consumed your thoughts. No longer do fleeting ambitions and societal expectations govern your happiness. At 70, something profound happens. You step into a space where freedom takes precedence over obligation, and authenticity outweighs appearances. Have you ever considered what truly remains meaningful after decades of living? What still holds value once the noise fades and clarity sets in? Here are 9 things that lose their significance after 70, and why embracing this newfound liberation could be the most rewarding chapter of your life. The first thing to abandon? Worrying about what others think. For much of life, we are prisoners of perception. We dress to impress. We hold back opinions to avoid upsetting others. We make choices, big and small, based on what society deems acceptable. But here's the truth. No one's opinion has ever paid your bills, healed your wounds, or sat with you in silence when you needed comfort. By the time you reach 70, you've earned the right to be unapologetically you. Imagine the weight that lifts when you no longer care about judgmental stares or whispered criticisms. Imagine dressing for comfort and joy rather than for approval. Imagine saying what you truly feel without second-guessing yourself. That's not just freedom, that's power. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you made a decision entirely for yourself, without factoring in how others would react? If it's been too long, it's time to reclaim your voice. The second thing that loses meaning? Accumulating material possessions. In youth, possessions seem like milestones. The bigger the house, the nicer the car, the better the wardrobe, the more we feel we've made it. But at 70, the illusion cracks. What use is a closet full of clothes you no longer wear, a shelf of gadgets you never touch, or rooms in a house you barely enter? In fact, the more you own, the more those items own you. They demand care, maintenance, attention, and for what? Things don't bring happiness. Experiences do. Memories do. Connections do. Think of the moments you cherish most. Are they tied to objects or are they tied to laughter, stories, and shared meals? At 70, it's time to shed the unnecessary and make space for what truly matters. Next on the list? Maintaining social obligations that no longer bring joy. There's a difference between connection and obligation. In our earlier years, we often say yes to social engagements out of duty, weddings, dinners, reunions. But as we age, it becomes clear, time is precious. Why spend it in rooms that drain your energy? Why engage in conversations that leave you feeling hollow? At 70, you realize that it's okay to say no. It's okay to prioritize the people and activities that bring you joy, and to step away from those that don't. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from choosing quality over quantity in your relationships. Have you ever left a gathering feeling more tired than when you arrived? That's your heart telling you to be more selective. Listen to it. Another thing that fades into insignificance: chasing society's standards of beauty. Wrinkles are not flaws. Gray hair is not something to hide. These are markers of a life well lived, stories etched into your skin, and badges of wisdom earned through experience. Yet society bombards us with messages to fight aging at every turn. At 70, you realize the absurdity of it all. Beauty isn't about a wrinkle-free face or a youthful figure. It's about grace. It's about the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love. It's about kindness, wisdom, and presence. Real beauty radiates from within. Stop hiding. Embrace your reflection. Every line tells a story worth celebrating. The fifth thing, holding on to activities that no longer bring fulfillment. We often stick to routines because they once brought us joy. But people evolve. Interests change. What once thrilled you may now feel like a chore. The key is to let go without guilt. Maybe you once loved gardening, but now it feels burdensome. Maybe weekly card games with friends used to bring laughter, but now feel repetitive. It's okay to change course. It's okay to discover new passions at any age. Life doesn't stop offering new experiences just because you've reached a certain number. Have you given yourself permission to explore what excites you today? If not, why? Another burden to release? Tolerating toxic relationships. You've likely encountered people who drain you, critics, manipulators, energy vampires. For years, you may have kept these relationships out of obligation or fear of confrontation. But at 70, it becomes clear. Life is too short to tolerate toxicity. Walking away isn't selfish. It's survival. You deserve peace. You deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift, support, and cherish you. Imagine how much lighter you'll feel when you finally let go of those who bring you down. Then there's comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yet for much of life, it's hard to avoid. We compare jobs, houses, families, achievements. But at 70, you see the truth. Everyone's journey is unique. There's no universal blueprint for happiness or success. What works for someone else may not work for you, and that's perfectly fine. Embrace your path, celebrate your achievements, and remember, you are enough just as you are. Next, clinging to outdated goals. We all set goals when we're younger, big dreams and ambitions. But as we grow older, those goals may no longer align with who we become, and that's okay. Maybe you once dreamed of climbing the corporate ladder, but now a peaceful life near nature feels more fulfilling. Maybe wealth once seemed like the ultimate goal, but now experiences and memories hold more value. Let go of goals that no longer serve you. Make room for what truly brings joy and purpose today. Finally, feeling guilty for prioritizing your own happiness. For decades, you may have put others first: family, work, obligations. But after 70, it's time to flip the script. Your happiness matters. Your well-being matters. Self-care is not selfish. It's necessary. When you prioritize your own joy, you show up as a better, more present version of yourself for those you love. Ask yourself, what brings you joy? Is it travel, art, quiet mornings with a cup of coffee? Whatever it is, make it a priority. Life is not about pleasing everyone else. It's about living authentically. As you step into this new chapter, remember, you've earned the right to let go, the right to release what no longer serves you, the right to live with intention, joy, and peace. This is your time. Embrace it fully. Live without the weight of unnecessary burdens. Choose freedom, choose fulfillment, and most importantly, choose you.